As many of you know, I struggle with Sjögren syndrome, and I struggle with fibromyalgia, endometriosis. There's about 13 different diagnoses, but I also struggle with IBS due to Sjögren's, and irritable bowel syndrome sucks. There's just no real way to explain how bad it sucks. Like, you can read about it, and you're like, that'll never happen to me. And then you wind up in an ER and you're admitted into the hospital for several days because you have a large bowel obstruction. Right about here. So what I had been telling my doctors over and over is I was having trouble breathing, especially when I ate. My stomach would also swell. I mean, it would swell to where I looked a good 7 months pregnant, and it was extremely painful. It was so painful to where I kind of quit eating most days unless I had my children. Even just drinking water hurt. That and the fact that if you did have a bowel movement, it made you want to die. It was also affecting my urine from coming out from the pressure, which makes sense. Why none of my doctors put this together is beyond me. Like this hospital I went to, the doctor said, all of this could have been avoided if you would have been on Miralax and a stool softener from day one. You take 27.5 pills a day, and of course it's going to get this bad. And the routes that my actual doctor had me taking were clearly the wrong routes, and I ended up missing my son's 13th birthday. Still pretty upset about that one. He's a good kid, though. He understood. And his stepmom and dad, they called me when he was having his fruit pizza, which, by the way, is so good. I just tried it. And opened his presents. They put it to where, on video chat so I could see it. Really made me feel special and like I was part of it. So that was the only good thing about being in there. Hospitals suck currently. Suck. Hate them. Have a new primary doctor. Plan to have a new GI doctor. Since I've been home recently, I have been worse than before. Try not to take my pain pills, obviously, because that will back you up. I'm on a regimen that the hospital sent me home with, which involves Miralax and stool softener, and I also take Benefiber. But just body-wise, when I wake up, I open my eyes and I think, it can't get any worse than this. It can't. It's what I thought earlier when I woke up. I've been waking up around 2 or 3, just bawling in pain. I can't sleep hardly, but I'm always so exhausted. I take sleeping medicine. It'll help me fall asleep for a few hours, and then the pain is out of control. It just wakes me up. How do you control the pain without the pain medicine? Now, I get it's like a balance. As the hospital doctor said, everything's balance. But here's the problem, is you didn't have balance to begin with, so it's kind of like starting all over. They said, you can take your pain pills, that's entirely up to you, but it will slow the process down that we are trying to get you better with. So, I took a nap earlier, and that's where I was going with it, brain fog. I took a nap earlier, Took me about an hour to fall asleep. I slept about 40 minutes, and I remember sitting in bed, and I opened my eyes so slow, and I just stared at the ceiling and thought, it can't feel worse than this. This is undescribably the worst. And it was one of those moments I just thought, all I can do is keep with what the doctors want. I've changed my diet. I make myself eat now. It's kind of depressing when you eat by yourself. I've been cooking, eating healthy, eating the right foods. I swear I drink so much fluid between the Miralax, the 2 to 3 times a day Benefiber, water. I mean, I just feel so full just from drinking liquids that I don't even want to eat food, really. But I've had fun cooking again. So I thought all I could do was try what these doctors are telling me. Give these doctors a chance, because the doctors I had kept putting it off for about 8 to 9 months. I didn't need to be in the hospital. I shouldn't have had to miss my son's 13th birthday party. Those are memories I can never get back. And he's the greatest son ever, and texts me and was checking on me. They wouldn't allow a 13-year-old to come visit me, but they would allow a 15-year-old. Stupid. But between all of that, they said that I've overused my muscles, probably from trying to move. I'm not like a social person. I don't have many friends. I sure the hell don't have friends who will go out of their way to come and help me. Like I have my friend Miley, but she's going through her own stuff, and that's totally understandable, and I wouldn't accept her help even if she wanted me to. I'd lock the door. And yes, Miley, I know you're going to see this. I have people to help me move, stuff in from my dad's, or in from my truck to my dad's, because yes, I'm moving back with my dad at 33. I think it'll be really good for me. The hospital said I should not live alone, which I've been told for about 2 years now, but what are you going to do? Just settle in a relationship, move in with somebody so you're not alone? Not me. I've done that before. I'm not doing that. So I'm moving in with my daddy, and I'm extremely thankful that I get the chance to be around my dad again, and be around my twin sister again, and be around my nephew more, and have my kids around them more, because everybody loves Pawpaw. I mean, I don't stand a chance with that. I can't compare to my dad. He's so cool. But, I have people to help me do that. But packing, I packed my entire truck up front and back. And it's like I didn't even make a dent in it. I went through and donated things. I need to sell some things, really just to make extra money, because I'm, still dealing with the process of not only trying to move, and I only have a couple weeks of that, but also I haven't been paid in I think 4 or 5 months. It's crazy how long this process has been. So I finally contacted the insurance company, and they said that the medical center that was sending them records that I paid $82 to fax 482 pages, just 1 year's worth of medical history, over to them. They received on an email, and they can't open the file. and they were trying to get in contact with the medical center and had no luck. So I called today. I've been waiting all this time, and I was respectful, but I told the lady, look, I have 2 kids. I'm having to move. I haven't been paid in 4 or 5 months. I have no money. What am I supposed to do? I can't work. And they're waiting on you to send the documents. They have all the other doctor's documents, but yours, which yours was received May, the very beginning of May. What day is it? It's like June 9th. I told her it's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. And I'm not paying it again, and you're going to fax the pages over. So some poor innocent person will get 482 pages of medical records. I wonder how long it would take to go through that. They say normally 7 to 10 business days. This was the only thing they were waiting for, but damn, that's a lot of pages. And that's only if they don't request more medical records. Shit. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you receive 482 pages from one medical facility in 1 year, that doesn't tell you you got fucking problems and you shouldn't be working. I don't know what does. But a lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand that just me showering and picking up my clothes is exhausting. They don't understand that a conversation with somebody is exhausting. They don't understand that packing an entire house of shit is exhausting. And it's like people say don't feel so alone. You're not alone, but when I turn around, I am alone. Where's my help? Why hasn't people who are closer to me offered to help me? Just to store my table, I have to clean and organize and get rid of things from a basement. I can't carry that stuff. I was literally told by the hospital not to do it. Don't do it. You overuse your muscles. But who else is going to do it? Nobody. Nobody else is going to do it. Luckily, my son's stepmom offered to come help me pack, which was extremely heartwarming, and I'm very grateful for that. I hate needing help, but I can't do this all. It's too much. It's too much stress with the landlord. It's a shit show, and it does nothing but hurt my health, and I'm barely hanging on. So yeah. But I'll get a new primary doctor Tuesday, and we'll go from there. I think that'll be good. And I'll have my son's birthday party this Saturday. It's Saturday late, but hey, better late than never. And that'll be fun. Sometimes they just say you gotta tough it out, but you can only tough it out so long. I mean, it's pretty bad when a hospital calls you on your phone and says you can't live alone. Like, it's not safe for you to live alone. And then they ask you if you have kids, and you say yes, and then it becomes a whole nother conversation. Conversations you hate to have with somebody. Makes you feel like less of a person, less of a mom. And what do? You have no money, you're barely hanging on, your health just keeps getting worse. Sometimes you just stop and think, to whatever the higher power is, just give me a sign that this is where I'm supposed to be, that this will get better, or I'll have a better understanding. Something, anything at all. Because going this way, this long, just feels like a dead-end road. I like to use the word deathly. I'm appearing a little more deathly today. I'm feeling a little more deathly today. But it's always the same, and it'll be in a different way. Of the pain will be like my neuropathy in my hands and feet, up into my arms and legs, have really been bothering me lately. They wake me up. I can't sit still. I can't use my hands, so I just pace the floor crying. Obviously, with the bowel obstruction, that's extremely painful. It was extremely painful the 8 months leading up to it. You know, my pain management isn't under control at all. At all. I mean, there's so many specialists, and it's like nobody gets it. Or maybe they get it and they just don't know how to treat it. I was told once before that a lot of times the doctors will appear like they're frustrated or upset with you, or even ignore you, because they've resourced all of their options and they are just as frustrated as the patient, and they don't know how to help the patient. And I was told this by a medical professional. I'm obviously not going to say who, but when I was told that, I thought, I get it. I can get that. It would be frustrating as a medical doctor, you know, to not be able to help somebody who is a rare case, who is labeled as a rare case, who is labeled as a 60 to 65-year-old woman's health. I get it. So refer me to somebody else who can fucking help me, because you just ignoring me and dragging it out for going on 3 years really doesn't fucking work for me. You don't live my life. You don't know what it's like every second of every day to just wish you could feel okay. Not even good, just okay. I've had 2 good days in almost 3 years, and those were the best days followed by the worst. But God, that breath of fresh air, it's amazing to me that that's the life I used to live. And this is my life now. And I am frustrating to doctors because they don't know how to help me, so they just shove me aside until I end up in the ER, until I end up having surgery. Like, go shove it. That's not good enough reason for me. So anyways, I haven't had much energy, honestly, to do anything. I've been keeping active with my yoga, of course. I swear I will do that daily until the day I die. I love it. It makes me feel better, even just in the moment. You know, it's mind, body, spiritual awakening thing that I can do every day and meditate. Kind of quit reading my books, which I hate. You know, I started trying to pack and overdid it, and then been journaling, I guess. Been reading, you know, things to keep yourself busy. It's just so hard to get motivated whenever you open your eyes and you feel like you're just gonna die. Like, I try. I do. I try. I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm never going to get it right. I'm never going to have balance. And it takes everything in me to try. And trying one day can be just opening my eyes and staying in bed all day. And trying one day can mean I get up and I do the dishes and I pick up the clothes off the bathroom floor and shower. That's my other day. You know, it's not, let me go out and go to these stores and get this done and pack these things and take these things over. That's not possible for me. You know, as Lady Gaga said in her documentary, which I found really inspiring, you know, just because you're sick and you feel this way, it doesn't mean you can't do certain things. It doesn't mean you can't. However, the consequences of doing those things, people do not understand how serious they are to you and your health and your loved ones around you. And boy, if more people understood that, it would be a different kind of world. So yeah. I hope that anybody who watches this video finds some hope, maybe some faith, something to keep you going, because it's hard to keep going. I watch videos on YouTube of people with certain conditions like mine, or really just health conditions at all that are debilitating. And even in the saddest story, you know, you can find a little inspiration. Like, that person is awake. That person is making this video. That person has obviously something they're holding on to, and they're trying to just help others feel relatable. Like, nobody else gets it. It's, oh, do this and you'll be fine. Do you think if I just had to do that I wouldn't have already done it, so I would have been fine? I don't want to feel sick. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to not have to work. I don't want to have to be in the hospital for my kid's 13th birthday party. I don't want any of this shit, but I got it. So if you fucking think that I want it, if just one thing would be able to fix it, you really think I haven't tried that one thing? Out of 3 years, you really think I haven't tried that? It's like talking to a wall. It's like a psychiatrist asking a person who's depressed, have you ever tried being happy? Like, where does that go? Nah, I've never even thought about it. It's just never even crossed my mind. Happiness, ew, bleh. Nobody wants it. It's disgusting. I want to feel like I'm dying every day. Gosh, I don't want to feel happy and healthy and be able to play with my kids and work a job and, you know, have fun. Ew, bleh, don't want that. Okay, sure. Said nobody ever. Anyways, leave comments below. For whatever reason, people do not want to watch me on YouTube. I felt like my story would inspire more people or get more views, or I don't know. It is rare diseases, so I guess there's not that many people looking around for these kind of things. But in all health issues, I think awareness is important. I can't talk. Human moment, sorry. But if you have anything that works for you or that you suggest, just leave it in the comments below. Please subscribe, share my video. I would greatly appreciate it. Hope you all are doing well. Bye-bye.